Hey folks, how's it going? I should have been at work today, but I called in because my legs were sore as hell. Yes, I have my black hair back, but that's irrelevant right now. What we're gonna be talking about today is someone that I recently found out, and I'm recently just want to add to my blacklist because he is pissing me off. Now, y'all will not know him at all, because I'm assuming, because all my audience is for my gaming, not for other shit. But the guy I'm talking about, his name is Officer Tatum. If y'all don't know who Officer Tatum is, y'all can figure that out yourselves, because I'm not about to waste brain space for this dude. I'll just just describe him physically. Buff light skinned dude with a white wife. You can see why I don't take him seriously. Buff light skinned dude with a white wife. But I'm not trying to talk shit about his wife. I'm pretty sure his wife's amazing. Tatum, he's the reason why I wanna burn my fucking eyes out and ears. So yeah, let me get this straight. I don't care if he comes for me. I'm pretty sure he won't, because I'm way too small. But it seems like Officer Tatum, he is a homophobe. Yeah, Officer Tatum, he's a homophobe. Even though he likes to say, and I might not agree with y'all, if you had to say, I might not agree to the LGBT, that means you don't support it. Just like how when white people try to say, oh, I might not agree with, black people shit, that means they don't really agree with it. So, Officer Tatum, you are a homophobe. I do not care what you do, because to me, you are. And I say that with the utmost respect. Now, I'm going to link down the videos of him talking about the LGBT. I don't even have to, I'm not going to go through every single one, but I'm going to explain the shit that made my, not skin crawl, but made my blood pressure go up. So, in one video where Kellogg's decided to show, I think, awareness or support to the LGBT and Pride this month. Can't remember what he said, but I'm not trying to make shit up, but I do know he said some pretty questionable stuff. Like, the thing that stuck to me was him talking about pronouns, and I'm like, okay, can we teach kids about pronouns? Why can't we teach kids to respect pronouns? Why is this dude so fucking against it? Like, I'm not saying we should teach everything to a kid, but when it comes to respecting a trans person or non-binary person's gender, we should respect that, Officer Tatum. Unlike your black ass who just wants to call them by what they were born with instead of what they actually are. Well, how would you feel like if someone called you a she? Thought so. So stop bitching and complaining about teaching kids about pronouns, because this is not indoctrination. We're not, the LGBT ain't trying to hypnotize nobody. How the hell would we, if we were trying to hypnotize people, why the hell do we have a month dedicated to us? If people found out that if we hypnotize people, we would have gotten that shit removed. But no, we're not trying to hypnotize nobody. We're not trying to brainwash them. And then, you know how I said how Tatum said, I may not agree with y'all. He said that in the Instagram live that he later re-uploaded on YouTube. And I'm like, dude, you saying that just tells me what type of person you are. It just shows me I can see through you, your personality, your respect, and your soul. This shit don't define respect. And then he was talking about him and a few people and a whole lot of people in the comment section were talking about drag queens, and he was saying how bad they are. And I'm like, dude, you do know drag queens aren't like really people per se. They're like characters, you know, like how when they're like doing characters for show, they go into character. Get to character. These are real people playing them, but these drag queens, they represent a character that the person who's dressed up as made a character. The kids probably won't even care. They'll probably be like, oh, that's a pretty lady. Oh, that's so cool. I never heard a kid bitch and complain about a drag queen. I'm surprised. And add to that, you don't see his ass talking about no drag kings, only drag queens. It's something about feminizing black men, or just men in general. It bothers his black ass. But I'm pretty sure if it was like a masculine woman, he wouldn't care. He fucking wouldn't. And that's what's pissing me off, because he comes off as that one dude in high school who will fuck every cheerleader and wouldn't mind if he had a three-way with two other girls, but when a gay guy wants to hit on him, he'll shoot him or stab his ass. That's what Officer Tatum, that's the vibe Officer Tatum gives to me. High-key disrespectful to gay dudes, but drools over gay women. Now, one other video, I like how I said I was going to explain them, but I'm trying to say the major points that made me want to do this video, and the major points that really pissed me off. The pronouncing with Kellogg's, the drag queens indoctrinating kids. Oh, the fucking conversion therapy. Now, trigger warning, if any of you been through conversion therapy, I am so sorry that you've been through this. And for those of you who do not know, conversion therapy is when someone who is non-straight, like gay or bisexual, they are put under heavily enforced religious force. Not physical, but like mental and emotional, to like force you to become straight again. And most of the time it doesn't work. And the people who actually, you know, get straightened out, I don't think it lasts long. But yeah, this one man, it was like, and in this one conversion thing, it was like made illegal in one state, and that state is Michigan. But Officer Tatum, he had the nerve to be like, how come it's illegal to make people, to convert people back into straight, but it's legal for transitioning our little kids at a very young age? And I'm like, ooh. If you can't tell, I'm trying to be respectful to this dude, but at this point, I do not want to, because this dude is the reason why the black community is fucked, in all honesty. So, what he means by that is he wants the conversion to stay and young gender change to be illegal. So he's saying he would rather put a young guy or young girl's mind, mental and emotional state at risk, and them possibly killing themselves, because conversion therapy will traumatize you, and half the time it will not it will not go or lead into, happy. Conversion therapy always leads in sadness and despair. But he's saying when you want to transition, say for instance you have a little boy or little girl and they said they don't feel right in their body and they want to transition early and they want to get like hormone blockers or enhancers, then that should be illegal to him. So you're saying when a family who is respectful of their kid's choice to transition at a very early age should be illegal. Really, Officer Tatum? I'm gonna look you dead ass in the eye. So you're saying abuse, mental torture, and psychological trauma should benefit your black ass? With this conversion therapy, with pro-conversion therapy over respecting your kid's decision to transition into who they want to be? I hate to be your son. I really would. Because I will gladly move the fuck out of your house once I'm 18. Because you seem like a toxic dad. You really do. You seem like those dads who would chastise their kids for acting anything but the norm of a black person, or just any person. If you had a son, if they acted out of line as a masculine dude, you would chastise them. If you had a daughter and she acted out of line with her feminine side, you're gonna chastise them. This is how I feel about you. It feels like you are like my dad, who think, oh, the old times should be treasured and this new shit is just gonna make us dumb. Have you ever heard of change? Have you ever heard of change is good? Sure, there is some stuff that need to be treasured, but if you don't advance, how are you going to like get better? That's just like, say for instance in school. Say for instance you're like 21 but you're still in middle school. How are you going to advance if they said you had to stay in middle school for the rest of your life? Like I don't understand what Officer Tatum has against the LGBT people, but this shit's ridiculous. It really is. There was one point I had before I said the conversion therapy thing. What was it? I'm trying to think of it. Hold on. Okay, I said the Kellogg's Pride thing, the drag queen, the pronouns, and conversion therapy. I don't know if this counts because I think this is what he's trying to imply. But my other point is, he really heavily emphasizes that this should be like a godly country. There ain't nothing godly about this country, Officer Tatum. This ain't the United States of America. This is like the divided states of hell. I'm pretty sure Christianity is pretty frowned upon by half this continent in today's age. Because, to be honest, Christianity does scare people, because people like you are the reason why people like me are afraid of God and Christians. That's why I'm spiritual. I swear. I'm trying to remember the other point, but hold on. Okay, I am back with just looking at the thumbnails and the video titles of the stuff I wanted to talk about, but I forgot in like the last clip. But let me explain them now. So the other ones I wanted to say is the three fathers video. Okay, I'm probably gonna get mad because I have families like this within both sides of my family. And, yeah, not 3 mothers or fathers, but like, non-heterosexual families. So, Officer Tatum said this shit will, he said, I'm not trying to say verbatim, but he said this along the lines of, oh, this shit shouldn't, whatchamacallit, this shit's gonna confuse our kids and all this shit, la-di-da-da, and this shit shouldn't be normal. Officer Tatum is basically saying that if you are not a heterosexual family, it is not right for you to have kids. You want to know what I want to say to you? Want to know what I think of that? Fuck you, Officer Tatum. Because guess what? I have a cousin. She's married to a woman. I can't talk. She's married to a lady. Beautiful lady. And they have 3 beautiful girls. All girls. Born girls. Not gonna change because of your ignorant ass. They have the most beautiful family ever. And you're saying that only heterosexual families can live in this live in this age? Okay. Let me ask you this. Who do you see most on Jerry Springer or Steve Wilkos, Mark? You don't see no gay couples. You don't see no like, whatchamacallit? A gay family. You always see straight families having like all this heterosexual drama. You barely, cause we're more in control than y'all asses will be. Then, whatchamacallit? He also made a video stating, now this title just made me lose all respect for him. He basically said, well, the title of the video was like, stop normalizing this, and the thumbnail was of, whatchamacallit? Pride parade. I don't know what state. It was just a pride parade because people were holding up a bunch of flags. And I didn't even want to look at the video because people who normally have videos, whatchamacallit, title like that means they don't care about LGBT people. They rather have them die and get strung up dead than give them rights. So he's saying, live life, but don't try to be new. Or don't be gay, bi, trans, or any of this shit. Oh, speaking of that, he had the nerve to call out bisexual people. Which bisexual people? You have every right to cuss him out. Because you want to know why? Because he called bisexual people, both girls and men who are bisexual, horny. You do not call someone who's bisexual horny. It just means that they like someone. It's just like they like both genders. Both. It doesn't mean they want to fuck every guy and girl within a 5-foot radius. The fuck? Like, that's the most ignorant shit I ever heard come out of a black man's mouth. Well, no, just a black person's mouth. He's not a man to me, because a man, to me, is when they respect another community and not try to drag them down. So, yeah. Damn, I forgot another point he made. I don't know if it was in like a... I don't know. I keep forgetting the stuff I want to say. It's just when you're dealing with this king of asshole, you don't wanna remember shit. You really don't. Oh, this is my final point. Okay, you know people like Classically Abby, Girl Defined, Paul and he's like this. He's just less God. He's just less God and more he's just the less godly version. I'm not trying to say he's satanic. I'm just saying he barely, he does talk about Christianity. It's just not at an obsessive level. So yeah, this is why I do not respect Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum, he's a homophobic dude, even though he likes to say, oh, I don't care what y'all do. Dude, you are homophobic either way. That's how I see it. You're homophobic, you're disrespectful as fuck to the LGBT community, and you are a sorry-ass excuse of a black person. Because your oppressed ass should know when to shut the fuck up. Because your oppressed ass, who was oppressed by white people, are oppressing another community. So the oppressed another community. Yeah, make that make sense, dude. Make that make fucking sense. This is the month of Pride. You should be showing pride, or you should be showing support to the LGBT community. You really should. I support LGBT. Can't talk. The LGBT community and the Black Lives Matter community. You should too, because these are both oppressed communities, and we need to fight. We need to fight to get better rights, because it's just basic human rights. That's a bare minimum. We need to get more. But people like you like to dehumanize us and disrespect us and throw us under a bad light, which is not okay, dude. Not okay. I thought I was actually gonna get really mad, but I only got slightly upset. So that's a first. So that's gonna be it. In conclusion, Officer Tatum, he radiates just disrespectful energy, and he can kiss my gay ass, because I'm pretty sure that will make him die. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry about the random YouTuber rant. This is just how I'm gonna inform y'all not to watch him, not to support him, and definitely not going to give him any more clout or views. I mean, I'm pretty sure me talking about him is going to give more views. It's just, I want to give, like, that small amount of people who watch me, like, my opinion on why this dude's despicable. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.